Hey everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that many of you have asked about, something that can feel confusing and even painful. We're going to explore what really happens when an avoidant individual realizes they've lost you for good. It's a complex journey, often misunderstood. So let's unpack it together. First, let's quickly recap what we mean by an avoidant attachment style. These individuals often value independence and self-sufficiency above all else. Intimacy can feel threatening to them, like a potential loss of their freedom. So, when a relationship gets too close or demanding, their go-to response is often to pull away, create distance, or end things altogether. It's a defense mechanism, a way to protect themselves from feeling overwhelmed or engulfed. So, the breakup happens. Initially, what does the avoidant person feel? You might be surprised to learn that their first reaction is often relief. Yes, relief. That pressure they felt, the perceived threat to their autonomy, it's suddenly gone. They feel like they can breathe again. They might immerse themselves in work, hobbies, or hang out with friends they haven't seen in a while. On the surface, it looks like they've moved on instantly, like the relationship meant nothing. This can be incredibly hurtful to witness, leaving you feeling like you were the only one who cared. But it's crucial to understand that this is just the first stage. But here's the thing about human connection that can't be so easily dismissed. After this initial phase of relief, something starts to shift. The silence begins to get louder. The space they craved starts to feel empty. Without the perceived pressure of the relationship, their defenses lower, and they can finally begin to process the connection they had with you without feeling threatened. Slowly, nostalgia begins to creep in. They might remember the good times, the laughter, the inside jokes, the unique way you understood them. They start to miss the companionship. This isn't necessarily about missing asterisk, you asterisk is a specific person yet, but more about missing the positive aspects of having a partner. They might find themselves thinking, it was nice having someone to watch movies with, or I miss having someone to talk to about my day. It's a subtle but significant change. The loneliness they were trying to avoid by keeping distance now starts to set in because of that very distance. You might get that classic, out of the blue text. Hey, just thinking of you. Hope you're doing well. It's casual, low stakes, and designed to test the waters. It allows them to feel a flicker of connection without having to commit to a full-blown emotional conversation. For you, this can be incredibly confusing. You've been grieving and processing, and suddenly they reappear as if nothing major happened. It's as important to see this for what it is. Their way of managing their own slowly dawning feelings of loss, not necessarily a genuine attempt to reconcile just yet. Now, we get to the critical turning point, the realization that they've actually lost asterisk. This doesn't happen just because time has passed. It happens when they see that you have genuinely moved on. Maybe they see you happy with someone else on social media or hear through mutual friends that you're thriving in your new life, or they try that casual text and get a polite but firm response that shows you've closed that door. And this is when the pain truly hits them. It's a delayed reaction, but it can be intense. The relief they felt initially is now replaced with a deep sense of regret and sadness. They realize that their defense mechanism, their push for independence, has cost them someone valuable. Why does it take them seeing you move on to feel this? Because as long as you were available, even in theory, they still felt a sense of control. The possibility of re-engaging was still there in the back of their mind, a safety net they might not have even been conscious of. This is when you might see more significant attempts to reach out. This is what's often called the Phantom X phenomenon. The person they lost becomes idealized in their mind because they are no longer attainable. They're grieving the loss of a perfect version of the relationship that never truly existed. When the threat of intimacy is completely removed because you are unavailable, their attachment system can finally activate without fear. They might think, she was the one, or I made the biggest mistake of my life. So what should you do if you find yourself in this situation? The most important thing is to prioritize your own healing. Going back can often mean restarting that painful cycle. Remember the reasons the relationship ended. Their avoidant patterns likely haven't disappeared overnight. True change for an avoidant person requires self-awareness and a conscious effort to work on their attachment issues, often with professional help. If an ex-partner comes back with a newfound appreciation for you, it's crucial to look for signs of genuine change, not just a reaction to loneliness or regret. Have they been to therapy? Can they articulate what they've learned about their patterns? Are they willing to communicate openly and face the difficult conversations they once ran from? Understanding this process isn't about waiting for them to come back. It's about giving yourself closure. It helps you understand that their initial coldness wasn't a reflection of your worth. It was a reflection of their own internal struggles and defense mechanisms. Their journey of realization is their own to walk. Your journey is about moving forward, healing, and building a life where you feel secure, valued, and loved consistently, not just when you're out of reach. If any of this resonates with you, and you're struggling with a breakup or navigating difficult relationship dynamics, please remember that support is available. Talking to a therapist or a counselor can provide you with tools and clarity. You are not alone in this experience. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope this brought some clarity to a very complicated topic. If you found this helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content on relationships and personal growth.